Today's key figure prints Bitcoin out of thin air.
I remember when I first started, it was $300. I honestly feel that with this cycle, Bitcoin is expected to reach around about.
From living paycheck to paycheck to becoming the industry leader in Bitcoin and crypto mining.
I am the CEO and founder of BitHash, and we are the leading crypto mining company across the Middle East.
He said anyone can start investing with as low as $5,000 investment.
The entry level is $5,000. That's a Bitcoin miner, and that's basically producing at current price something per day.
In this episode, we dive deep into his come-up story, uncover the best long-term investment of this century, and explore the path to becoming financially free in 2025. Abdulaziz Osman, welcome to the Key Figures podcast.
Thank you guys for having me. It's been a pleasure. I'm really excited for today's podcast. I'm sure we're going to dive into many topics. Thank you for having me here. This is the second time we've done a sit down together. The first was the vlog, which was I think about a month ago, and is doing crazy views. It's just done over 3 million views. So I mean, I'm really excited that a lot of people are now, wanting to know more about this industry, and the way we also presented it in a very more educational purpose and a more of educational awareness. I mean, the vlog went everywhere, man. I had clients from Germany, Brazil, Mexico, Chile, Australia, US, New York, California. It's just it just went viral, bro. Like, I mean,
my man, great to hear.
All over the world, and a lot of people are showing a lot of support. So it's just, I'm really inspired, and thank you guys as well for doing an amazing job on the video, on the capture. It's done amazing, and I'm sure this podcast will even be much bigger.
Of course.
In terms of views and in terms of awareness.
Value, especially.
Value, and also getting this podcast out there to a lot of the people all over the world, to get them more aware about Bitcoin and who we are and what we do as well. Definitely.
100%.
Yeah.
Beautiful presenter. Yeah. Me personally, since our last vlog, bro, I couldn't wait for this episode to be produced, and here we are now, man.
Here we are.
It's gonna be something.
I don't know if you remember back then, but I literally said it in the vlog that the episode we will go so deep that your mind will explode of the value, pure value it will put out. And this, takes me to my first question, to be honest. Like, if actually, like, let's say, God forbid, Bitcoin crashes tomorrow, zero, how much money will you lose?
I mean, to be honest, it's about your entry level and also your exit strategy. You know what I mean? So in Bitcoin, the way Bitcoin is going up right now, I don't see it losing at all. At all. Because Bitcoin has now become a financial institutional coin. It's backed by governments. It's backed by financial institutions such as BlackRock. It's backed by so many hedge funds, private equity. A lot of banking institutions are now using Bitcoin to basically leverage, their P&L, basically, and
can you explain it to them, like, what does P&L mean? Because I'm sure a lot of people doesn't really, are not really much into the industry. So, like, the moment you use a difficult term,
So P&L is basically your profit and loss sheet. You know what I mean? So on, when you look at, any companies, they have a balance sheet. So in a balance sheet, you have your profit and your loss. That's why it's called P&L. So from an accounting perspective, a lot of these institutions are now acquiring Bitcoin to leverage, their growth in terms of, their net value, of their company. And Bitcoin right now, especially now with Trump administration, it's pushing Bitcoin SEC just announced that the rate cuts just recently, if you've been following the news. So it's a great time for Bitcoin. We're in a Bitcoin cycle right now. And I honestly feel that with this cycle, Bitcoin is going to be expected to reach around about $200,000. $200,000. I remember when I first started, it was like $300. Like I started off with $300. You know,
$300.
$300.
Like one Bitcoin, $300.
$300. You know what I mean? It was.
Here was it?
This was back in 2007, 2008. For a long time.
But for those who don't know you
Yeah.
and don't know the industry you're in,
Yeah.
like what industry you decided to pursue career in? What industry you're in right now? What you do exactly?
So I am the CEO and founder of BitHash. We are a crypto mining company, and we are the leading crypto mining company across the Middle East. We offer basically comprehensive end-to-end crypto mining solutions. And what I mean by that is we allow investors to basically acquire hardware from us, and we also allow them to host in our data center. So we basically offer full turnkey solutions, from purchasing hardware to site infrastructure to site management to basically handling even shipping, customs for your hardware, you know, pool configuration, pool management, site management, you know, customer service, after sales. You know, we do everything for the client.
All under one roof.
Under one roof, one-stop shop service. And we basically give the clients a peace of mind. You know, he doesn't want to be involved in the day-to-day operations. We want to make sure, we want to simplify it for them, you know, to have everything as turnkey as possible. You know what I mean? And that's what we focus on. We focus on after sales. You know, after sales is one of the key, I would say, core values in our business, in my business, and in my company. So I built a company based on trust, especially in crypto. It's very hard to establish trust.
Literally, you can't just, like send money for someone you don't know. Literally, like, especially here, it's literally in Dubai, like it's crypto hub. Still, the trust is not really there yet. They're not really that much trusted institution. A lot of scams going on. So like, what do you say about that? Here in Dubai and around the world.
I mean, this happens everywhere around the world, not just only in Dubai, you know. But how we eliminate that is basically by, you know, providing proof of concept to the client. You know what I mean? After their first order, you know, they build trust with you, you know, and based on that, they can do more long-term business with you, you know. And just based on your ethics, I think, like, you know, my ethics is based on integrity. Number one, integrity is what I definitely value as a core value in my life. And on top of that, you know, I'm very famous in the industry. A lot of people know me, you know, and my name holds value in terms of trust, integrity, honesty, transparency. And this is what I value. And this is what I built my brand and myself. I'm a brand.
How important is it, like, for you to position yourself in a place where the moment people hear your name, that guy is trusted, don't worry?
You know, it's just based on, as long as you've been in the business, as long as me, you know, and you've done a lot of transactions, you know, in the millions, you know, people will
in the millions,
you know, people will definitely know, like, you know, this guy, I've done a lot of business with him. I've done a $5 million transaction or whatever. Like, it could be more than that, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I've got clients who've done more than $5 to $10 million projects, investments, and we've delivered them, we've executed, and they're still with me, and they're still continuing to work with me. You know what I mean? So it's all about, you know, providing that proof of concept, building that confidence, building that trust,
And
building that
long-term
relationship,
Yeah.
and then they can also refer you.
They say it's about connection, not transaction.
It's about
That's what you're
connection.
focusing
Yeah,
on.
it's about network. You know, what I mean, for me, networking is key. You know, and I like to, put myself out there. And network with, everyone basically. And just basically provide and be as honest and transparent in my business, and how I handle my business and how I cooperate and how I basically engage with clients, investors, and stuff like that. So it's all about, building relationship. And once a client has that relationship with you, he tends to also bring more value from other people. You know what I mean? He'll be like, yo, I met Abdulaziz. I've done a big project with him. He is the most trusted person that I know. I sent him $1 million or whatever, and it was all done in transparency. Everything was handled professionally. His after sales, even at 1 a.m., I can still message him. I can still call him. He's still available. You know what I mean? Yeah. So being available is key. Yeah. It's not just about you getting the funds or getting the project. It's about the after sales. How are you maintaining that relationship?
It's key.
That is key.
Yeah.
And the reason why people have that trust in me is because I am reachable. Even though I'm a CEO, I'm a successful entrepreneur, I'm still reachable. At any time, I'm available. You have a problem, Abdulaziz will solve it. Yeah. You know what I mean? You have an issue, Abdulaziz will solve it. And we're here to also portray that type of engagement, and that's what brings success. And that's what we focus on as a core value. After sales is key, and that's what I focus on. And that's also what builds the relationship from day to day with clients. They grow with you, they learn more, and clients become more friends.
Yeah,
they don't even become clients
they
anymore.
become family.
They become family. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like majority of my long-term clients, they're like my best friends. You know what I mean? We go holidays together. We go brunch together. We go dinners together. It's not about business anymore. It's friendship.
That's so true, man. I'm telling you. I'm just going to tell a quick story here. Like literally, I have a friend of mine. Yeah. I knew him a year ago. Yeah. And we were talking about like sales back then, and like we're going to help each other exchange value when it comes to sales. Yeah. Yeah. 1 year later, he made me money. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like we built a relationship over 1 year, and then we started a partnership where there is an exchange of value. Yeah. And then like there was money involved. Yeah. You know what I mean? I gave him value, he gave me value, and like the importance of like building and maintaining relationships will always bring back better results. Like going directly to the person and I want to sell you this. Yeah. And who I'm talking about, by the way, we have the products in here. Yeah. It's Lowell. Thank you, Lowell, for sponsoring the podcast. Yeah. And literally that's where I think build relationship based on exchange of value and maintain it and provide as much value as possible.
And money will follow.
Money will follow. Listen, that's how I built it, and that's why I'm successful, and that's the reason why I'm still at the top. Over these years, I'm still at the top. I'm still credible, and that's what it is, man. Building relationship, maintaining relationships, it's key value in any business to succeed, and that's how I built my company. That's how I built my name. That's what I'm known for.
We're gonna dive deep into like the business and things in this podcast.
Sure.
But like people hearing $1 million transaction, $5 million transaction. Yeah. A lot of them asking now, how much does this guy worth?
Yeah. I mean, that's undisclosed right now.
Okay.
That was it. A few Bitcoin.
I don't know how much.
Yeah. But yeah, like,
But let's just give them a range, like
in Bitcoin range.
In Bitcoin range, in figures like 6, 7, 8, 9 figures entrepreneur.
We're
so they understand who they're watching.
Yeah, we're looking around about figure, bro.
Figure.
MashaAllah.
That's amazing, man.
That's beautiful.
Did you come from a rich family?
I came from humble beginnings, bro. I basically my family, obviously, born and raised in UK, born and raised in London. We came from humble beginnings. We didn't have much, but we focused on being a close-knit family with values and core values. Faith was one of the key values in our family. We come from an Islamic household, so faith, respectful parents, respecting my parents, that's the kind of principles that we grew up in. And also like education as well. Education was a core principle in our family. All of my brothers and sisters are all like, mashallah, all graduated, all have different careers. My sister is a doctor. My other sister, she's an engineer.
And did you go to school to build a figure empire?
Of course, like I definitely went to school, but definitely the skills that I have now came from experience. I would say like majority of the skills and value that I have right now comes from hands-on experience.
Like experience in what exactly?
In terms of people, interaction, business. You will have business failures. You learn from that. You have financial losses. You learn from that. You have people, client engagement, people engagement, financial, transactional engagement, all of these things, like, you know what I mean? You learn as you go. School never taught you these things. School just taught you academically,
Theories, just theories.
That is it,
but the real world, the street.
But the real world, it's completely different. It's completely different. You need to have a different type of skill set. You need to become a different type of beast. In order to be successful, you really need to become a different kind of person. You need
so let's say someone watching right now, I don't know, like third world country, or maybe even in a like first world country,
yeah,
but they're still locked up, let's say, with their parents. They're still in school. They still don't know what to do. And lots of people, even I know, like they're like 28, 30 and still don't know what to do. Like, what do you tell them for them to be able to build skills, get into the real world, and start giving value to people that will later on, bring them business? Like what would you actually tell them, like something technically possible that they can do right now to change a life?
I mean, the first and foremost, I would say, is first understand your vision. What do you want to pursue? What type of career you want to pursue? Understand your purpose.
But most people, when they choose a career, then they go 10, 20 years and they say I chose the wrong careers, and they regret it.
Okay, then you need to follow what is your hobby? What inspires you? You know what I mean? What makes you happy? Because any successful business or any successful entrepreneur will do something that he loves every day.
Today's episode is sponsored by Lowell, Scandinavia's most award-winning brand and one of Europe's top 5. And Lowell isn't just winning awards, they're actually building an AI app that helps you track progress and results while using their products. And now, they're expanding to the UAE. So this means two things. If you're an entrepreneur and you're looking for new ways to grow revenue, this is your shot. And if you simply want to heal your skin organically, you should try their products in the link in the description and the pinned comment. Let's have you meet the CEO of Lowell, and they will explain more about the opportunity and what you need to do. Other than that, let's get back to the podcast.
He wakes up in the morning, not dreading, but feeling happy, a sense of happiness. I'm doing what I love. You know what I mean? For me, I love my sector. I love my industry. I love what I do. I wake up every morning. I love to meet people. I love to engage. I love to share knowledge. I love to network. That's what brings me happiness. It's not about even the business. It's not even based on the transaction.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's not about the transaction. It's building that relationship. It's waking up in the morning, changing someone's life, or giving them like some type of new knowledge, you know what I mean? And for me, that's what really drives me forward. Like, I like to, I'm a very fast mover, like I like to get things done. I'm a goal-oriented person. I wake up in the morning, I do meditation, I do my affirmations. I'm very focused. I'm very
you believe
vision
in journaling.
journaling. I do my gratitude journal. I have a gratitude journal and I have an affirmations journal. Every single morning, my routine is basically wake up for Fajr. After I finish Fajr prayers, I do a 20 to 30-minute meditation. I listen to some certain frequencies that basically helps me elevate my mind. And I basically concentrate for 30 minutes about what I need to accomplish, what are my short-term goals and what are my long-term goals. And I'm actually speaking to myself while I'm listening to a higher frequency.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
You know what? Like when you speak, you give out energy to the world, and the world is.
But when you
just
speak
frequencies.
within, when you speak within, and you actually using the frequency, your mind is more elevated. You get what I'm saying? Your mind is more elevated, and you are now basically connected to the universe. You're connected to the
super deep,
universe.
man.
You're connected to the universe, bro.
like
Your whole mission is different. Your whole thinking is different, bro. Like completely.
what's needed for someone to be able to experience that? Because to be honest, like someone listening or even me, since I haven't really experienced it, I can't really like say it's real. You know
It's
what
real. You need to try it. I'll give you a 30-day trial. You know what I mean?
Just 1 second.
Yeah.
We experienced it. When we
yeah.
we were in Dubai, like 1 year ago,
Yeah.
we were in our country, Tunisia, and I
Yeah.
said to him,
Yeah.
a year from now we're gonna be in Dubai, and we're gonna start the key figures in Dubai, and
Yes.
we are.
Yeah, but I think
Alhamdulillah.
there is a big difference between like speaking things which is really really true. Like everything me and him we spoke about like a couple years ago, like it's coming to like it's happening. It's like like life, like it's literally happening like on a daily basis. Yeah, but what he's speaking about is like
It's deep
almost
concentration.
Exactly.
I'm talking about deep concentration. You
it's a
block
different
out
mind state.
different mind state. You block out all different type of thoughts.
Okay.
You block out everything, completely everything. You get yourself a big speakers. You know what I mean?
Ooh, man.
Put it on your head.
Yeah.
There are some different frequencies that I use, and you can use these frequencies in the morning. Especially, it's more effective in the morning. You do a 30-minute deep meditation.
What do they do with these frequencies exactly?
These frequencies are it's known. You know what I mean? This is done like it's proven actually by scientists. Certain frequencies elevate your mind and your brain frequency. And your thoughts are becoming more magnetic. It's like it's a very magnetic, process. So the frequencies help your thoughts and your brain waves to be more in sync.
What do you feel after this? After you practice these 30 minutes? Immediately after 30 minutes, what do you feel?
You just feel a new person, bro. Like, you are so energized. I feel energized. Like after 30 minutes, I feel energized right.
You think this thing like can work on everybody or it works on certain?
I mean, it takes for me.
Yeah.
It took me a while to be, where I am today, because it's all about consistency, guys. Everything that you do every day allows you to become more powerful.
1% better.
1% better. Like, you know what I mean?
It's the accumulation.
It's the accumulation. And that's what happens. Like, I've been doing it for so long, and it's becoming like a daily habit, a daily routine for the past 3 years. And it's just like,
So what's the
Consistency
difference?
always wins. I always tell everything.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Consistency always wins.
Yeah.
Journaling consistently, your gratitude, affirmations, you doing all of that consistently along with your deep meditation, you become a different beast, bro. I'm telling you, man. I mean, you. Khalas, you're finished.
Here's the thing. Some people go on and do the journaling, do the meditation, do the affirmation, do everything, get energized, but then there is no work done. Like, there's something happen.
The hard work, the best part of the day.
Yeah.
So finish your routine. Like, what's your routine like?
yeah.
What's the routine of a millionaire? In
So
2025?
basically, like, after I do my meditation, my deep meditation, like, I'm deep meditation. I block out all thoughts and just focus on what I need to accomplish. I visualize, and it's all about visualization, I believe. Like, when you visualize something in your mind, with the high frequency and you're just concentrated, that just becomes reality.
if your mind can conceive it, you can achieve it.
That's
it.
That's it. There's a famous book that I read, Think and Grow Rich, by Napoleon Hill. I think every person should read that book. And that after reading that book, it just taught me a little bit more about, being more consistent with your daily routines. And becoming more consistent with your daily routines, you just become that 1% better every single day. You know what I mean? And whatever that you consistently do, you actually manifest it into reality without you even knowing it. Without you even knowing it, it just becomes reality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So before you become an entrepreneur, a successful figures entrepreneur in the Bitcoin industry and crypto, what were you doing before that? Like, what's your background?
I was a project engineer.
Project engineer.
Yeah.
So you were working in another company.
Yeah, I
What
worked
sector
in
was it?
oil and gas.
Oil and gas.
Yeah, I was in oil and gas, for like, I would say like 5 years. And then I decided I need to I can't live the corporate life anymore. It's dull. It's boring. It doesn't give me any inspiration.
So, like, which year was this?
This was around about 2015, around that, yeah, 2015. Yeah,
And you started buying Bitcoin in 2017.
I started.
So you were in basically working and investing at this.
Yeah, I was investing because at the same time I was working, and I was using my salary to acquire Bitcoin.
Smart move, man.
Oh, right. You're very. When did you first learn about Bitcoin and put your money? And you said, like, okay, this thing will be the future. Let me start now.
I mean, it was a friend of mine. He was a trader, and he worked in the Wall Street, and he always used to tell me, like, Aziz, I feel like, cryptocurrency is going to be the future. You need to start, looking into Bitcoin. I think this is it's gonna take off. This is the new digital era. It's the new digital gold.
Which year was it? 2007?
2007, 2008. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God, man.
Yeah.
You're so early.
Yeah. So it was like everyone was like, and no one believed it. Huh? Everyone was like, "Oh, this is a scam. I'm not investing in this." The first cycle, bam, it hit, $2,000 or something like that. You know what I mean? I mean, no one believed it at the time for sure. But the thing is, like, I'm a kind of person. I always like to take gamble in certain things, and I knew that cryptocurrency, the way it was heading in the new era, in the new future, and I read somewhere before, even I can't remember what book it was, but it was something. It's to do with that the currency will become digital in the new in the new era. I can't remember the book, but it was because I like to read a lot of books, so I get inspired. So I can't remember the book, but yeah, it was something to do with like cryptocurrency, or sorry, the new era will be digital.
Digital, yeah. And what was the first company that you started when you started the entrepreneurial journey? Is it the same one that you have now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I did different companies, but obviously, like, I wanted to make sure that the company that I set up, obviously BitHash, wanted to be the, build a foundation, and make sure that it's, a company that is available to anyone and everyone. You know what I mean? But at the first, it was not as retail. It was mainly on high net worth individuals, high net worth investors who already knew about Bitcoin mining, already had that experience, that background, and they only needed my support in terms of site setup, infrastructure level, acquiring the hardware, this kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
So you had access to all these services, and then boom.
Yeah,
selling.
yeah. So I went to China as well, so to understand the market. I met all the distributors. I met with all the manufacturers, Antminer.
Why China? Why?
Because
especially
that is where the manufacturers are based for these hardwares. You know what I mean? So the Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency hardware are produced and manufactured in China.
I want to take you back here to the conversation you had between you and yourself when you were doing this transition between the corporate world and the entrepreneurial journey. What was this conversation like?
That's an interesting question.
I mean, that conversation was kind of like deep conversation, because end of the day, like, there was an element of doubt as well, because I was on a very high salary as it is, so it's like, what if it,
Like, is
What
it
if-
possible to tell the people, like, at that stage, how much were you making, like, in a month?
in dirhams, let's say like 50,000,
So you quit a very safe 9 to
Secure.
5, secure of 50K a month,
Yeah.
to go pursue something that you believed in, even though it was risky and not the start.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
difficult, man.
It is difficult, but you know what? It's the mindset. At the end of the day, like, it's the mindset, it's the belief, the mindset, the belief that you can achieve it, you can do it, I never wanted to be in a corporate world for too long. I always thought, like, it's a stepping stone for me, and this is not going to be my future, I don't want to basically, be in a position where I work for someone or I work for an entity. You know what I mean? I want to be my own boss. I want to be my own CEO. I want to be my own entrepreneur.
So how old are you when you did the switch?
I was 30, yeah.
Wow.
30?
Yeah.
So at
30.
30, you made this transition.
Yeah.
Were you afraid back then?
No.
And did you have a family?
I wasn't married, but I did have a family. Yes. I look after my parents. Yes. Yeah. So I'm basically, I'm a provider for my family. They rely on me.
Wow.
Well, you said you weren't afraid when you made this transition.
No, I believed in myself.
What gave you this hope inside and this belief that, yes, I'm gonna quit this and make it big in the business game?
I just want my personality, who I am. I'm a very likable person. I'm a very social person. I believe in myself. The number one, before anything, you are the product. You get me? You are the product. And the way I see it is like, I'm a sellable product.
A sellable like, you're a sellable product.
In terms of personality, in terms of character, in terms of engagement.
That's why last time you told me people buy into you before people buy from you.
Yes,
Yeah,
people.
that's the key.
That is it, man, and that's number one. People buy into you before they buy your product.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what it is. Like, I always believed myself that I can achieve anything, accomplish anything, because I have the drive, I have the passion, and I have the hunger that I have. What it takes, the discipline, the mindset, the self-improvement. I don't need anyone to explain to me, oh, this is the areas you need to improve. I know myself. You know what I mean? So I know where I need to tackle. I know what I need to focus on. Self-improvement, self-awareness of who you are, and that's what I focus on. And I feel like, people actually are more, they buy into you more before they buy into your product. And I'm a very sellable product. You know what I mean? That's the way I look at it. That's the way I perceive it, you know. And the way I also handle my business as well, the way I, manage my clients, at the end of the day, it's not only just business with me. It's, when a client comes, I like to take him out, take him on a nice restaurant, do some fun activities, go safari, dune diving, dunes, go to the beach, whatever, make them feel comfortable, make them feel relaxed, and it's all about having that human connection as well. It's not always about business. It's also having that human connection. And that's what people value the most. They value your personality. They value your time, before they value your business and before they purchase your product or they believe in your service.
Yeah. So, brother, at 30, you quit a high-paying job to follow something that's not like the vision is not clear for even a year ahead. Not like,
but it was on my vision board. I have a vision board,
But do you think like a lot of people can do the same? Do you think a lot of people are born for this?
I mean,
or
not
only a few selected.
A few selected, people. I would say. A few selected.
Yeah. What's what are the characters that for someone watching you right now to say, yes, I am this type of person. I am this selected. I am the chosen one.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do the same. What's this character?
Discipline.
Discipline.
Yes.
Discipline in
Discipline in what way? Exactly?
Yeah.
Discipline in the way you conduct yourself. Discipline in, how you basically approach things. Discipline in your goals. Discipline in your execution. You know what I mean? Discipline when people are telling you go left, I'm going to go right. You know what I mean? Discipline in staying at home when it's required. Discipline is when, people telling you, oh, let's go party, let's go have fun, let's go get some girls, whatever. But you're like, no, I need to focus on myself. That's discipline. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And
literally,
discipline comes in so many different ways.
Yeah.
Discipline in prayer, completing your 5 daily prayers.
Yeah.
This what brings you success.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? When the Iman calls Hayya ala salah, Hayya ala falah, that's come to success. If you ain't coming to success,
It's being said 5 times a day.
5 times a day, if you ain't coming to success, what the hell are you coming for, bro? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But discipline, it's in everything. You know what I mean? Discipline comes in every different form. And that's what makes you different.
Yeah.
And that's what makes you the 1%.
So how can someone develop discipline now?
Discipline is just basically having a type of goal set and being very, very hard on yourself.
Hard on yourself.
Hard on yourself.
So you need no partying, no days off,
Nothing.
no sleep, no food,
Nothing.
Is this in a certain like
On the come-up
timeline
stage.
on the come up stage?
On the come up
Okay.
stage. On the come up stage. Come up stage has to be super disciplined.
Okay, I want you to describe the first 5 years of entrepreneurship.
The first 5 years, was very challenging,
Yeah.
100%. It was understanding the business, learning a business, how to run a business, how to be functional in a business, understanding, how to read a balance sheet, how to do auditing, or how to basically, understand your profit and your losses, understand, what is revenue, gross revenue, or what is net profit. There's certain things that you need to understand. Me, I didn't come from a business perspective. I came from a corporate background, you know what I mean? But those 5 years was basically self-taught myself on how to basically become a company.
How did you learn, bro?
Just by self-taught, man.
What materials you use?
Is it like
Just-
mentorship, YouTube,
I
Google?
did also do mentor.
So you had a mentor.
I had a mentor at the first 2-3 years of my journey.
And how did they help you? Like, what did they help you with exactly?
They helped with everything, like, in terms of like, what material to read, what books to read. It taught me, how to be as a person, how people, how people will read you, as a character, and what are the characters to have as a CEO, you know what I mean? And what type of discipline you need to portray, you know, in yourself, you know. A lot of self-growth and self-development stuff that I was lacking, and I didn't see, oh, maybe this one, small little things, I mean, can make you a completely different person. 100%.
Exactly.
You know,
Was your mentor at the place in his life where you want?
he was
to
an
be?
8-figure mentorship.
Okay.
You know, mentor.
Was this in the UK or here?
Yeah, UK. You know, but I was doing online, but I was also, you know, me doing face-to-face when I have, or even doing one-to-one sessions on Zoom.
Was it paid or free?
Of course, it's paid.
It's paid, yeah. Yeah, because I heard something.
But you need to also do your due diligence on the person that is gonna do your mentor. You know, you need to understand who this person is.
Okay, let me ask you here. Like, how can someone starting this journey of entrepreneurship can get access to 7-8 figures entrepreneurs to mentor him? Like,
I mean, you
it's
can.
not easy. It's not on the streets. You go to
Yeah.
someone and mentor me.
Yeah.
You need to select the person that's gonna teach you. First, you need to, like, this person needs to be at the place that you want to go.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how can people in 2025 get access to these mentors?
I mean, on LinkedIn, everything's accessible. You know what I mean? There's a lot of.
Is that how you found your mentor?
Yeah.
On LinkedIn.
LinkedIn.
No way.
LinkedIn's easy, bro. Everyone has access to LinkedIn, bro.
But you said it's paid, like for someone who cannot afford a mentor.
Yeah, but some.
For me personally, for us, we learned so much from the people that we interview and from you exactly.
Of course.
I personally learned so many things.
Yeah.
I call this mentorship.
Yeah, this is
But
mentorship.
it's
This is
paid.
free. This is free mentorship.
You've given us free advice that helped us from being stuck in so many problems.
Yeah, yeah.
But how can someone, like, if they cannot afford
I mean,
a mentor, how
then-
can they get access to a mentor?
then surround yourself with entrepreneurs.
Okay.
Surround yourself with, you know, founders. Surround yourself with company owners. You know, the one thing also that helped me elevate is I basically cut out all my friends. All my old friends, I cut them out completely. I mean, I have good relationship with them. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not in the same position as them because I see myself as more elevated. And the way I see it is like, you know, don't surround yourself with people who are doing things below than you. And that's not in a bad way. That's not in a bad way. That's only positioning you to become bigger and greater. Even if I have to become lonely, I'm happy to make that sacrifice because I understand the end goal. I understand what the future will look like.
Yeah.
You
Because
understand?
there's something I always say to myself. Energy is contagious.
Energy is contagious.
Period. We all know that saying. If you're around 5 people who are smoking, you're gonna be the 6th.
Of course.
So,
you know,
and like when we became surrounded by these successful people, like 6, 7, 8 figures, entrepreneurs, business owners, we're only looking at the next milestone, the next peak of the mountain. That's really crazy.
That's so important because you can't sit yourself. If you're on the way up, you know, if you're on the way up, you cannot surround yourself with people who are not positioned at the same upwards as you. If that means you have to cut them off, you have to cut them off. If they are not elevated as you, or they don't have the same vision as you're going upwards, and they don't value the same principles as you are going upwards, you have to cut them off. Even if it's your best friend, you've known him since childhood, you grew up together, everything. I had to do that. I had to make that sacrifice. You know what I mean? I had to make that sacrifice because while I'm going up, I can't carry people to come up with me.
That's so true, man. I go with the same.
You know what I
concept, to
mean?
be honest.
I can't carry people to come up with me, you know?
Literally, like I tell it all the time to all my friends. Look, I cannot carry you, but you can follow me. And if you want to follow me, you have to get the same information into your head
Correct.
Mind. That's the
Correct.
first thing. Like everything starts with what you put into your mind.
Yes.
And from there, like,
And act
like
accordingly.
yeah, and act accordingly. They say like
What the mind can conceive, the mind can perceive. That is what you need to,
yeah.
period.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, you know, if your close friends or your close, you know, people that you've known all your life, you know, if they are not on the same path as you, where you want to go, you have to eliminate them, bro. Period. You gotta
then you have to
eliminate them.
find new people.
And you gotta find new people.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the more you go up, literally,
The more you go up, the more network you will
yeah, like it will be the same.
introduce to. You know what I mean?
100%.
The higher you go up, the higher your network will be as well. You know what I mean? And that's the kind of surroundings that you need to surround yourself.
Definitely. Yeah.
Now I know billionaires, I know millionaires, I know so many people, but I don't know anyone below than me anymore. Period.
Yeah.
I mean, I know them, but I don't socialize with them.
By socializing, you mean
Going
like
out.
it can be like a casual coffee if they need help, stuff like that.
I mean,
But
you can
not
help.
like
You
a
can
regular.
regular. You know,
It's like, oh, let's go out, let's go
you know,
do this.
you know, like, regular. I mean, like we're close. You know what I mean? You know, the close people that I know only is CEOs, entrepreneurs, and millionaires and billionaires.
Who's the biggest person that you know?
Huh?
The richest person that you.
Oh, I know a lot, bro, but I cannot disclose this. But I know a
Say
lot.
the name, but like say the figure.
Oh, I know billionaires. Yeah,
Millionaire.
yeah, billionaires. Yes,
With a
yes,
B.
yes. Yeah,
The
with
B.
a B.
Gigantic B.
Yeah, well, I know billionaires.
Oh,
bro, you know,
what
and
do
we're-
billionaires do differently than other people?
Oh man, exactly what I said, bro. That they have a discipline, they have a different mindset, bro. You know, and what I noticed about billionaires is they do the same thing every single day. Consistency.
Yeah.
Consistency is key. Everything that I told you, journaling, I got this from a billionaire. Affirmations, I got this from a billionaire. You know what I mean? I listen to what they do and I watch what they do. You know what I mean? And then I apply it to my life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, so many people tell me like, you know, like, oh, Aziz, like, you know, why you're like, you know, you're just different person anymore. Your energy is different. Like, because I became different. I became a different person completely. You know what I mean? By applying certain things to my life, you know, I became a different beast completely. You know, now I'm just on another level.
We
Wow.
can see, man.
And
We
like-
can see.
I'm on another level.
Where do you see yourself like in the next 5 to 10 years?
I mean, my goal is definitely build generational wealth. That is for me. It's not about, you know, what I'm doing right now. It's building generational wealth, you know. So by the time I'm like, 10 years, I would say 50, 55, I'm going to retire, you know. And I've already built that generational wealth, you know, that are able to basically sustain the lifestyle that I want. And to be able to take care of my family, take care of my mother, my father, my brother and sisters, put them in a position in life where it's elevating, you know what I mean? And be at that position, you know, and maintain that position. You know,
That's where most of the time like things go wrong with businesses. Like, okay, most entrepreneurs, they go on, they figure out, they build a business, and then they make money. So that's the creation of wealth. And then the what is it called? Then the multiplication of wealth. You know, they scale, they go big, they make more money.
Yeah.
And then the biggest stage is maintaining the wealth. You know,
Maintaining the wealth. Maintaining the wealth.
like 1 or 2 generations, basically.
Yeah.
And then
Maintaining the wealth. Generational wealth. You know what I mean?
that's how do you see it in your position? Like, how do you plan? How do you plan to maintain it?
Like you think the wealth that you're gonna create,
And how are you gonna do it? Like, what are you gonna invest in to be able to?
at least 3 or 4 generations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where will you put your money for it to be safe for 3 to 4 generations and always, you know, like carry on multiplying?
My answer is clear. Bitcoin.
Bitcoin. That, yeah.
What can give me 100x ROI in any business? Tell me. None. Zero except Bitcoin.
How are you promoting and getting clients to sell this hardware?
Well, at the time it was through Facebook,
Like ads?
yeah, ads, Facebook, and then we moved on to WhatsApp. Then we started moving on to Google Ads. All of these things. And also like at the time we were doing a lot of Instagram advertisement, engagement, awareness, all of these things. But yeah, so everything started off, ground level, and then it just worked its way up. So the first and foremost is understanding your target audience. Number one. Number two is what type of marketing influence are you going to approach?
The medium, the channel.
Yeah, the media channels. And number three is what platforms are you going to basically pursue? So understanding and having a social media marketing like campaign, it's very, very important, because these days nothing works without social media. So you really need to understand your target audience. You really understand who your customers are, who your target audience is, how you're going to basically pitch this.
Yeah.
How you're going to pitch this. You know what I mean? You gotta have a marketing plan, a full marketing plan, and you need to also like review it on a month-to-month basis. You need to also do Google Ads. You need to have, keywords to help you get searched very easily on Google. SEO.
Search everywhere. Optimization.
SEOs, Google keywords, all of these things, it's very, very important.
Yeah.
Podcast is now the new thing, for marketing awareness and PR, publications. There are many different things that you need to focus on, but marketing and social media is, I would say,
That's
the key.
no-brainer. That's a no-brainer.
That's a no-brainer. That's a must.
For every
and
company.
You need to invest. A lot of companies don't invest in, or their budget is very small. Don't look at budget. Just go all in. You know what I mean? Go all in. And
because always have a return.
you always need to have a return. You always need to have
directly through sales or
directly or indirect
awareness. Your name is gonna be out there.
Yeah. So budget is very, very key. You need to have yourself a monthly budget in terms of how much you're going to spend in marketing every single month. And at the month end, understand what was that ROI. What did that budget bring me? If that brought you one or two customers, you're good.
Yeah, because you're selling high ticket.
Yeah.
So like one or two customers,
you're good.
Covers the cost.
Yeah.
You're
like, good.
Profit.
You're good. You're good.
Done.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the way you got to think of it. Like, you know what I mean?
So like, let's say here's a quick scenario. Yeah. We're gonna get into crypto mining, but I just want to give something to people who want to transition, let's say like 18, 19, 20, like you want to do something, like you're getting that feeling, you're watching entrepreneurs making money, like you're watching people at your age, like people at 20, 22, like making millions, and you want to be like them, like living in Dubai, having supercars, whatever. Like someone at that level right now, yeah, they still don't have actual skills to like in a service or a product to sell. They don't have money. So like, what do you tell them to do for 1, 2, 3 years to be able to at least get somewhere around 200K to 1 million?
Figures.
Let's 6 figures, let's say.
Yeah.
6 to 7 figures.
I would say definitely, number one, understand what you want to pursue, your purpose, or what is your niche you want to pursue in life. Number one, okay? Understand what you want to do. If it's e-commerce, is it real estate, is it crypto? What is it? understand, first of all, number one is to identify what niche you want to pursue in life. Number two, source out a mentor or someone who is in that particular industry or niche, and basically have a one-to-one sessions with them to understand how they became successful in the niche you are pursuing.
What if they don't have money?
Regarding this, we are bringing you these people on the key figures.
Yeah.
Just like use this information.
Yeah.
It's super easy.
Yeah.
Have this full podcast.
Yeah.
Key figures podcast
Yeah.
for them. We
Yeah.
call them the future key figures.
Yeah.
What he was talking about right now, we call them the future key figures.
Yeah.
People who are in their early 20s or something.
Yeah.
And they have problems. Yeah.
Yeah.
They learn like directly from key figures like you.
Yeah.
And they not just get inspired, they practice and get the results,
Yeah.
actual results. So we're bringing you on this platform like 7, 8, 9 figures, entrepreneurs, business owners. Just learn from them. And if you want to be connected to anyone, just reach out to us. It's super easy, man.
It's super easy.
Super
like,
easy.
you know, and the thing is, like, just if you don't, like you said, if they don't have money, try to find someone on LinkedIn or source them out and say to them, you like, can you help me do mentorship, whatever, you know? I can't pay you now, but you know what I mean? But I'm on the come up, bro, you know?
Like, just watch me.
Yeah, but it just helped me. There are people who's gonna give you time, because a lot of CEOs, especially like, you know, big entrepreneurs, they're ready to give help. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know,
Yeah, that's so true.
yeah, they're ready to give help. Like, you know, it's not about, you know, it's not about money. It's not about money. Like, for me, it's not about money. You come to me today, he's like, Aziz, can I sit with you once a week? And I want to learn from you. I'm happy to do that for free, bro. You know what I mean? I'm happy to do that for free, because for me, it's not about money anymore. For me, it's about giving the knowledge, you know, and giving that knowledge is a sense of like sadaqah for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I see it as like, you know, I connected to faith again. You know what I mean? I connected to faith, because if I'm helping someone out, you know, it's sadaqah, bro. If I'm giving him knowledge to better himself, to become a better person, to help him elevate, you know, or to reach his goals faster, or to understand my up and down, where I went wrong in life, and what did I do to fix it? Can I fix certain things? If I'm able to give that information, yeah, it's sadaqah for me. I'm happy to do that for free, bro.
And that's
You know?
why we call you the key figures. It's for a reason, because key figures, they don't just succeed by themselves.
Yeah.
Same thing that you said earlier.
Yeah.
Maybe in the come up,
Yeah.
just let go of some people because they're on the come up. But when they reach, they give their hands
They
to
give
people
their hands.
with
Yeah,
them.
for sure. It's all about, you know,
Yeah.
giving advice. For me, I like to give advice. You know, I like to share information. I like to share personal experience, you know, things that I've overcome, things that went wrong. Someone asked me, oh, Aziz, can you help me? I'm going through this, whatever. You know what I mean? Even financial support, like, you know what I mean? I'm happy to do that. Like, you know, like for me, it's all in, bro. You know what I mean? So, I mean, for big entrepreneurs and big CEOs, like, you'll get a lot of them for free, bro.
That's
A lot of them for free. You know what I mean? If you're telling me like I didn't find, then you're not looking hard enough, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Bro, Dubai
You're
is
not
full of
hungry.
it. Dubai is full of it.
You're
On the
not
streets.
hungry enough, bro. You know what I mean? Like, literally, there are so many. Dubai has the most multi-millionaires in the world.
Over 80,000 millionaires in Dubai.
More than
Dubai.
just in Dubai.
Yeah.
So you're telling me you can't find one person in the niche that you want to pursue that can give you advice and give you mentorship for free, bro? Come on, bro. Come on.
You're
Come
not
on.
looking enough.
You're not looking hard enough.
Yeah.
You're not hungry enough.
Yeah.
You're not determined enough.
You're not serious about it.
Yeah. You're not serious about your life.
You just want it. You don't really want it.
Yeah, don't really
If
want
you
it.
really
You just
want
dream it, but you don't actually
yeah.
execute it.
That's
You know what I
the
mean?
thing, yeah.
You know.
That's why most people feel literally like, okay, they do this morning routine, you know, like affirmation, journaling, da-da-da. But then when it comes to the real work, like they come,
It's all about
they take a
execution, bro.
laptop and then like, you know, the day passes and nothing happens.
Yeah, because they don't have discipline. You know what I mean? They get distracted on Netflix. They want to watch Netflix. They want to watch series. You know what I mean? I don't remember the last time I watched any Netflix series for the past 2-3 years.
Hey, broke, my friend.
I swear to God, bro.
Bro.
I swear to God, bro. I don't know. I can't remember the last Netflix series I have watched, bro, in the past 2 years, bro. You know what I mean?
I don't have a TV.
Yeah, like, bro, literally, bro. You know, the only thing I have is my mobile. You know what I mean? And I'm on the phone and I'm checking, you know, how
Transactions,
to...
the
Yeah,
money.
transactions. You know what I mean? I'm checking, you know, how I can turn a client into a business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So like step one, you said figure out your niche.
Figure out your niche. Number
Second,
two,
like-
understand. Number two, understand your target audience. Number
Yeah.
three would be mentorship.
And then like
Number four, work on yourself. Have short-term goals. What I need to accomplish in the next 6 months. And first, start with a month.
Yeah.
First, start with a month. This month, what I need to complete, and be hard on yourself.
Mhm.
Be super hard on yourself, because if you're not hard on yourself, no one else will. You know what I mean? Your friend, your brother, no one is not going to be hard on you as much as you are hard on yourself. Always believe that. You know what I mean? You know? Be very consistent in your short-term goals, because your short-term goals allows you to elevate. You know what I mean? If you're able to accomplish your short-term goals every single month, give yourself 1 year, you are a completely different person.
damn man. That's
Period.
blueprint.
You hit it
That's a
straight
freaking
from an
blueprint.
8 figures entrepreneur.
Period.
And take action.
Straight or what? Action, execution, vision. That is it.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
what's the best opportunity for investment in 2025?
I would say crypto, bro. I don't see anything else.
Yeah?
For me,
So most people say, personal branding in AI.
but I mean, AI is also very good. I'm starting into now getting to more of AI projects, especially in the data center. So
You invested in data.
yeah, so we're helping investors from AI background, AI companies who are looking for power, and we are actually building infrastructure, same like a Bitcoin mining infrastructure, but it's just different to AI. You know what I mean? So we are basically allowing them to, you know, offer basically one-stop shop, turnkey solutions for AI mining, AI data center. Yeah. So this is the new project, which we're already speaking with a very big client. I can't disclose now, but it's a very big project. Looking at around about 100 megawatt AI project, AI data center project.
So you provide electricity or what? Is it?
Yeah, electricity, site management, site operators, full infrastructure setup, everything basically.
Yeah, and provide them with hardware or the
Hardware as well we can provide, or
Yeah.
if they have their own hardware, they can ship it, no problem. We provide them with technicians, operators, site management,
Back end.
the back end,
So like
the
let's,
power, everything basically.
let's get people on what you're doing in details. Like what are you actually doing right now with BitHash? Like the services you provide, the products you provide, how are you making your money? You know, like what do you actually like? What would when people listen the name Abdulaziz Osman, like what do their mind go to directly?
Okay, so number one, we are a crypto mining company. Okay,
Crypto mine.
crypto mining. We sell hardware.
So like by hardware, like
Hardware,
what
we
do
are-
you mean exactly?
Hardware is basically the actual physical machines that when you came to my site, you saw the physical miners. Hardware is a mine.
Yeah, by the way, you can find
You can check the blog. It has all the information to know. Basic information.
Yeah. So
Go ahead, bro.
when you last came to the last mining farm, I showed you the physical miners. So the physical miners are the hardware. So number one, we ship globally, worldwide. So we have clients in Canada. We have clients in Brazil. We have clients in, Germany. We have clients in Norway, Denmark, France, UK, message us every day. Aziz, I want to buy 2-3 machines. Can you ship it to my address? I'm based in France. Here's my shipping address. Bam. We sell them the hardware. We provide the DHL tracking reference so they can keep a track. Once their miner is received in their home, directly. You can contact us in Dubai and you will receive it in France, Denmark, Germany, Brazil, Chile, Argentina, Spain, anywhere in the world, worldwide. So hardware sales, shipping and logistics. Number 2, building mining farm data centers. And what I mean by data centers is building turnkey solutions. You've been to one of my sites, which you've been before, and you can check out the vlog. It has the link on the vlog on the last one that you visited. That's a 3 megawatt site. You know what I mean? That's a turnkey site dedicated for one client who purchased this particular site from me.
How much does it cost to rent there? Like,
I mean, the prices of the sites and infrastructure are a little bit more detailed, but let's say a 3 megawatt can vary with hardware, everything can vary around about $3 million. You know what I mean? With the
is that like in a month or like it's a contract based? One time payment is like 6 months or 8.
Yeah, so first is going to be the hardware, that's 900 machines, you know what I mean? Then the infrastructure, the power, which you're going to be paying for, the capex upfront, which is the capital expenditure, which you're going to be paying upfront, which is a one-time fee. Then infrastructure, we're building cooling solutions. We're building exactly the data center you've seen, the infrastructure you've seen, the cooling solution you've seen, and if you want to see it, you can check out the vlog on the link below.
Yeah, we'll link in the description. What's the mining rate for, let's say, 3 megawatt farm?
So it depends. Like if you're gonna
per month,
so it depends. Like if you're gonna be paying heavy capital up front in terms of the capital investment that you put up front, it could vary between 2 to 3 cents per kilowatt. You know what I mean? So
per kilowatt.
In a nutshell, that basically, calculates the power consumption of the physical miners. I can't give you an exact number exactly now because different machines have different prices and different power consumption. So what we do is we sit with the client, we give them a one-to-one session, we go through a full consolidated ROI plan, everything, capex, opex, rent, management, everything included, detailed Excel sheet, projections, graphs. He sees everything in more detail. We are very, very transparent in how we communicate with our clients who are investing millions of dollars with us.
Yes.
We explain to them in full detail.
Do you have minimum level investment or open, like for any investment that comes?
I mean, different types of for me,
what's the lowest investment that you accept?
I mean, for me, it's the hardware, and the cheapest hardware that we can go for is entry level would be $5,000.
$5,000.
So what was $5,000? This is we're talking about the hardware now, not the farm, because
this
farm
is just
has
entry level. Yeah,
farm is just
it's
like
more
one
sophisticated
device.
It's more understanding a more of a a financial model, and you need to be very financial savvy as well. If you're not, we can give you the basics. We can give you a full detailed consolidated Excel sheet, to explain for you exactly, where your money is going, when are you going to break even, and what are your net profits, you know what I mean, in the coming years, So we provide all of that, a full consolidated. Now, the entry level, it's $5,000. That's a Bitcoin miner. And that's basically producing at today's price, at current price, it's about $12 something per day, and then, we basically charge the electricity based on that. Now we've launched a new mining application. So
a mining application?
Yeah. So it's
how does that work?
So basically a client can just who doesn't understand mining farm, infrastructure, setups, configuration, hardware, all of these things, they can just basically go on the app, which is called BitHash Mining App. It's a one-stop shop crypto mining application where you can, number one, purchase hash rate. You can buy as little hash rate.
What is a hash rate?
A hash rate is basically it's, how can I explain it in a very easy way? So a miner has basically a hash rate. It's divided in hash rate. So it's like a single miner, depending on different miners, can
So basically, a hash rate means the measurable unit of how much
can
bringing,
yeah,
something like that.
no, the hash rate is basically the
Like frequency of
no the how can I explain? I'm trying to think a simpler version. So the hash rate is the actual miner consumption, what it can consume. You know what I mean? So that's a miner, but you can also buy single hash rates. And I've divided it in my application where someone can purchase one single hash rate, a single hash rate on the app. Someone who's doesn't have $5,000 or $2,000 or $3,000 or whatever it is, you know what I mean? They can just acquire one single hash rate, and you're renting that hash rate from someone from a physical miner on the farm.
Oh,
That's smart.
That's smart. That's
You get what
so
you get what I'm saying?
yeah. So even for a normal person who's doing
Normal
a
person.
job, still can
Can invest.
not for 100K, not 50K, not
No.
even a 5K, with as low as I don't know $100 or
$100, $100.
Probably like a monthly membership kind of. You're paying for how much Bitcoin you're getting.
Exactly.
So basically, it mines for you based on the hash rate that you're renting the hash rate from the farm, from the actual physical miner. So the miner is producing daily income. So you're getting one hash rate from that. So for example, if a miner has 200 terahash, 500 terahash, you're getting one hash rate from that daily payout every single day.
So let's make a calculation in here. Let's say an average person listens to the podcast, gets interested about the opportunity. It's like, all right, let's see, let's try, let's put, I don't know, like $100 a month.
I mean, $100 a month, you could definitely just put it into Bitcoin, rent out the hash rate, every single day you're getting your payout. You'll have an account registered. Once when you download the app, you register an account. It will go to a dashboard. So your username, password, it will also link to your mining pool, which is my mining pool. I've just launched the new localized first UAE BitHash mining pool, first in the region, that allows you to basically mine Bitcoin
so
effortlessly.
I'm sure this is still the question about many people. Like, they don't really understand mining. Like, how does mining actually work? What is mining Bitcoin? What's happening in those machines?
In the vlog, I asked you the question when you saw the farm and the sites and everything. What is happening right now?
Yes, they are solving puzzles. Like I said to you, they are solving mathematical
Equations,
puzzles.
yeah?
Equations.
Okay.
So it's solving the puzzle and it's securing a block. You know what I mean? Once it secures a block, that's a block of Bitcoin. You know what I mean? So these machines are solving mathematical puzzles every second. You know what I mean? To find a block, to find a Bitcoin, so it mines it. So that's why this is what mining is. You get what I'm saying? This is what mining is.
And then once it finds this block, it puts it in this pool.
Yes, in the pool. And then from the pool, you can convert it into your wallet, into your personal wallet.
And this happens automatically. Like,
instantly. You don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
Inside that.
So even like
you have your own wallet.
Uh-huh.
You just update your wallet address. For example, you have a Binance wallet. You have an OKX wallet. You have whatever wallet. You put your BTC wallet address onto the payout address on the app, and then every 24 hours, when it gets paid into the app, your withdrawal is also to your personal wallet address. Yes.
So even a normal person can start as today.
Yeah, you can download the app. The iOS version is coming out in the next couple of days.
Yeah.
And everything is integrated. Everything is one-stop shop. You know what I mean? We simplify it for a person, for a user. He can just log in, download the app, register and start buying hash rate.
Is there like
So my-
tutorials and stuff like that for people to learn?
We will also be uploading tutorials on our website. So the how to set up the account, how the payout works, everything, step-by-step guide, we will also create it. Yes.
There will be people that who doubt everything, skeptical about everything, and they asking like, is this even real? Is this easy?
It's this easy. You can download the app. It's very easy. It's very
So everyone can start making money.
anyone download the app.
But I think it depends on the amount of money they put, because
Yeah, so it
Bitcoin price
depends on because it depends on your investment capital. You know what I mean? Like obviously, like
so the more
we
money
see
you make, the more you will mine,
more money you
and then Bitcoin can go up and down, and
so
that's
so
where the
Bitcoin
profit is.
basically fluctuates based on price. As you know, we're in a Bitcoin cycle now, and it's expected to reach 200K this year, okay, or in this cycle, okay. And if you invest now, you can easily project your ROI. You can easily do 3x, easy, simple.
So the saying of this episode, make money or make excuses.
Yeah,
Period.
yeah. Make money while you sleep. That is it. For me,
That's everybody's dream.
yeah, for me, that's it. If you can make passive income while you're sleeping, that's when you are true entrepreneur. That's when you are true.
That's the freedom, yeah?
Yeah, that's the
Financial
freedom. That's the
Yeah.
financial freedom. If you're able to do that and you have proof of work and you're doing it on a day-to-day basis, I've been doing it for the past years, bro. You know what I mean? I sleep, I make money. I eat, I make money. You know what I mean? I'm driving, I'm making money, bro. You know what I mean? I'm on the airplane, I'm making money, bro. That's
So
passive.
you live free, man.
I live free. I do what I want, when I want, how I want it. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. And educating people how to do that as well. Educating people how to live this type of lifestyle, because this lifestyle is free. It only requires knowledge.
Yeah. And 5 years of entrepreneurship. The
Only requires knowledge.
How long did it take you to get to this level?
At the level that I'm at right now,
Yeah. Like
Oh.
from start to finish, from like the age of 30.
I would say 5 years. 5 years. 5 years of grafting, 5 years of, learning. Also, like I said, like my circle is my net worth. So I always make sure my circle is intact with the right people and the right mindset. I don't need to have anyone that is distracting that peace or that energy, period.
And have
You
you,
know what I
like,
mean?
in your journey when you started, have you went bankrupt? Have you lost everything?
I mean, I haven't lost everything, but I did have some financial losses for sure.
You had
For sure,
financial
of
loss?
course. Any business you will go through financial losses.
Was it a big
But it's a big loss. Yeah.
Okay, how did you get back from it? How did you bounce back?
The bounce back is easy. If you did it before, you could do it better. You know what I mean? The same principle applies, but just doing things better and differently. That's it.
If it
You know what I
didn't
mean?
break you, it makes you.
Yeah. No, if you built multi-million dollars before and you lose it all, you can do it again. You can rebuild it again. It's all based on your bounce back. If that didn't break you, that will only make you stronger.
Sure. 100%.
You know what I mean?
What if it breaks a person? What happens?
If it breaks you, then you're not coming back, bro.
Entrepreneurship, man.
Yeah, you're over.
Go back
bro.
to your job, man.
Yeah, man.
Dude, this is what I fucking
Yeah.
like. I want to explain it to people so bad. Like, he suffered for 5 years, and look at where the fuck he is right now.
Yeah.
So why are you not? Like, why don't you, like, literally, I'm talking to the person, like, I'm talking to myself, talking to him, talking to the person watching us right now.
Yeah.
Like, why don't you as well, like, give that 5 years of hustle, of work, of dedication, of discipline, and then like see where that gets you, because it never gets you in a bad position.
Bro, I'm telling you, man,
at all.
consistency never fails you. You need to have that. And you know, a very successful billionaire told me that. Consistency never fails you. Look back after 1 year, 2 years, look back at yourself, and consistency never fails you, bro. You know what I mean? Discipline never fails you, bro. You know what I mean? Discipline, you know, never fails you if you have the right, you know, determination, you have the right hunger, you have the right, you know, vision, you have the right people around you. You know, that's very important. You need to build yourself first. Build who you are. Build the people you surround yourself with. How are you basically, you know, learning? Are you self-teaching yourself every month? Are you learning something new every day? Are you reading a new book? Are you interacting with a different circle, with a higher circle? You know what I mean? What value are you doing in your life? You need to actually ask yourself these questions, bro. I ask these questions myself every day. Like, you know what I mean? You know, like, what am I doing, bro? Who did I sit with today? What value did I give today? Did the person I speak to, did he learn from me? Did he take any advice, or did he take anything? Or did I sit with someone that I take their advice, or did I take any value from that sitting? You know, did I interact with someone new today? Did I read a new book? Did I watch a new podcast? Right now, when I'm at home, I like to watch podcasts with successful entrepreneurs, CEOs.
What you like most about podcasts?
Life lessons.
Life lessons.
Yeah, understand what people went wrong, people went up, how did they did it.
So you
know?
learn from other people's mistakes.
I learn from other people's mistakes.
And you get inspired by their success.
Yeah, and I get inspired by their success, bro. You know what I mean? I get inspired by, you know, if someone is doing well for them, I want to know how they did it. Apply that to my life. Apply that type of discipline to my life. You know, I don't just watch podcasts just for entertainment. I watch podcasts for learning purposes. I literally, education. I literally watch the podcast. If there's something, I pause it. I write it on my phone. I need to take this note. Okay, let me play again. You know what I mean? That's how it's like I'm a student. You know, that's like I'm a student. I'm watching these podcasts. I'm like learning, like, you know what I mean? And so, that's really, really important. Like, and that's how you only going to elevate, bro. You only elevate yourself by learning from other people who done it better than you or more successful than you, you know? Understand how they did it. Even if they're not more successful, but if they have a certain, you know, mindset, or they have a certain discipline in their life, or what they're doing, absorb it, apply it to your life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So what do you think is the number one skill that aspiring entrepreneurs should learn or acquire?
Like right now, this time.
The number one most important skill they should focus on.
I would say number one would be discipline. Number two would be education, teaching yourself something. Going back, I'm going to go back again by reading, watching podcasts, understanding your target audience, doing mentorship, doing short-term goals, having strong discipline in your life, you know, have a vision. All of these things are very, very important.
I heard an amazing answer from one of the podcasts. I'm fan of podcasts as well, like you. So the answer, when the host asked this question, the answer from the guest, like, I wasn't expecting it. She said, talk to strangers.
Talk to strangers.
This thing, talking to strangers on the streets, and not any stranger, people who made it big in their life, changed my life personally. In less than 8 months, I interviewed over 50 millionaires in the past 8 months. My life changed.
Of course, your
Can you
life has
imagine?
to change. You're interviewing over 50 millionaires. Your mindset completely changed, bro.
100%.
100%. You become a different person. You know what I mean? You become a different person. And you need to be doing that on a frequent basis, bro.
Yes.
You know, engagement, communication, meeting new entrepreneurs, meeting new people, doing more podcasts, you know, speaking to strangers, like you said, but valuable strangers. Not every. That's the thing. That's the key word, bro. You know, you missed out the key word. Valuable, valuable strangers, bro. You know what I mean?
Valuable strangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's it, man. But in a nutshell, you know, have a plan, guys. Have a plan. A plan with execution. A plan with a purpose.
And don't just, we mentioned education and execution. Let me tell you something, guys. Don't get addicted on education, allergic to execution. This phrase changed my life.
Yeah.
Because,
He always says it to me. Right?
yeah, because there's a lot of information out there.
Yeah.
ChatGPT, so many courses, people saying communities, info products, and everything.
Yeah.
Information is everywhere. You don't need more information. You need to take actions, execute on the information you have.
Yeah.
And other thing is, like the youngsters, the younger generation,
Yeah.
focus a lot on I wanna make it perfect.
Yeah.
What's your take on perfections when it comes to entrepreneurship, especially in the early phase, like the first 5
You want to make it perfect, make sure you are perfect. That's the
And
way
no human is perfect, so like perfection doesn't
So-
exist.
so
basically.
perfection doesn't exist, but it can come close. You know what I mean? It can come close by, you know, changing who you are. You know, if it means like going to the gym, if it means by, you know, self-teaching yourself, if it means by reading books, if it means by interacting, if it means by doing events, networking, if it means by, you know, engaging with mentors and CEOs, you know, you know, okay, we're all human beings. We're not perfect, you know, but it's all down to, again, your discipline in life, how you discipline yourself, how you structure your life, you know, and how you actually go about your day-to-day, and how you also basically see yourself in the short-term goals. What I need to accomplish in the next 30 days. What I need to accomplish in the next... I have a rule that every single day I wake up, I write down 5 goals. I do not sleep. I do not sleep until those 5 goals are accomplished.
That's
And,
amazing.
and that is putting pressure on myself. I don't need to put that much pressure on myself. I'm already made it. I'm wealthy. I'm rich. You know what I mean? I'm already successful, bro.
That's
you know,
actually...
but that principle is still with me when I'm first coming up, but it never left me.
Yeah, actually, I have this question. I want to understand this from like these successful people. You guys made it and made it beyond expectations. What motivates you today to work 8 hours, 15 hours?
It's
Like,
the
what's
passion, bro.
motivation?
Literally, it's
It's
the
the
same thing with
passion.
my brother-in-law. He's
Bro,
like, I just can't stop anymore.
Bro, it's
Like,
the
literally.
passion, bro. It's the passion. You just love what you
And
do.
when passion meets, what is it? When passion meets like money,
Yeah.
when you
Like make money from something that you love. That
when you monetize your passion,
When you
success.
monetize your
You
passion,
do
it
something-
becomes success.
Exactly.
And you know, that's what it is.
Yeah, you do something that you love. You wake up in the morning. I love to do this, even if I'm not making money.
Correct.
On top of that, you're making money. Okay?
Yeah.
And on top of that, you're helping people. You're
You're
trying to make
helping
the world a
people.
better place.
Yeah.
That's success, man.
Yeah, that's success. That's success. I mean, success comes in so many different forms, but you said it in a nutshell. That is success, bro. You
So
know,
let me ask you here, how are you trying to make the world a better place?
by helping people, you know.
In what way?
I'm also heavily involved in charitable cases. Or, you know, I help the vulnerable, I help disabled people, I help communities, I help orphanage, I help a lot of philanthropist. I do a lot of, charitable projects that I'm involved in, and it's not always about business. Always giving knowledge is also very good, but I also help, charitable causes, projects in Yemen, projects in Africa, building orphanage homes, building masjids, building schools,
Do you have an
academies,
do you
all of
have
these things.
organization, or you just do it independently?
I do independently. People who reach out to me and say to me, Aziz, we need your help, this and that. But obviously, trust the sources, 100%. You need to do your due diligence. Not everyone gets, funding from Aziz, but 100%. Like, we do a lot of these projects, and we also do our due diligence, and we make sure that, these are for the right causes. And I feel like, helping and doing these type of projects, it's helping people, not just by business perspective, but basic necessity, basic needs, to be able to take someone to school, to be able to give someone lighting, to be able to have food
on the table,
over
their hair,
roof on their head, to be able to pay for their medicine or their medical, whatever,
clean water,
I mean, these are basic necessities that we are taking for granted.
That's
You know what I mean? We
just
are
get the
here.
people in.
We are here. We drive Lamborghinis. We're in Dubai. We have multiple businesses. Other people don't even have basic water, clean food. So I can't sleep at night that I'm not able to help these people, bro. You know what I mean? Like, and in Ramadan, I give a lot, and the most important is my mother. I like to take her to Hajj, take her to Umrah, pay for everything paid for, hotel, food, everything. Last 10 nights, we're sitting in Haram, bro. We're doing, you know what I mean? So all of these things, like doing Hajj, all of these things, like, we're here to basically, help our parents and make our parents happy so we can attain their blessings and their dua. Do you know what I mean?
Wow.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Beautiful, man.
So
And
for me, it's not about business anymore. It's not about, okay, I like to make money, but it's about using your wealth for the better cause.
yeah.
So here, every key figure died for something. Or if we go back, like in the history, every key figure died for something. What you willing to die for?
In terms of dying for something,
For something.
I would die for, of course, my faith, 100%, bro. You know what I mean? But knowledge.
You'll die for knowledge.
Yeah.
Well, everyone, this has been the Key Figures podcast, and this has been your guest, Abdulaziz Osman. Brother, like, any last message where people can find you? That was too emotional, bro. Like, anyway, like, literally, last message that you can give to people.
Die for knowledge.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
For knowledge. So yeah, we want to go for hours in this podcast, but
I mean, we can't start. I know.
Time's running.
I know, time's running. I know.
Here, Bitcoin or Airbnb?
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin or AI?
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin or, give me another business, automotive business.
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin or trading Forex?
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin or solar energy?
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin.
So
Bitcoin or oil and gas?
Bitcoin for me.
So Bitcoin buying or mining?
I would say mining.
Why?
Because you hold the asset more. You have more control over the asset. Whereas when it's traded, you're in the public traded. You know what I mean? So fluctuations and everything. Your funds is not always 100% secure. You know what I mean? So I would say definitely mining. Security is definitely number one for me. To mine it, hold my mining in my app. Holding those digital assets, digital gold.
Yes. So how about gold, like physical gold?
I like to invest in gold, but I would not put a lot of money in gold because, I mean, I rather put more money in Bitcoin, but I do have investments in gold. Yes. Yes.
So where can people find you?
So you can find me on Instagram, BitHash, at, I think it's BitHash.ae. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. We'll put all the links.
You'll put all the links on.
I'll put all the links for the app,
website,
for the website, for the Instagram,
BitHash.ae. Also Instagram, Facebook, Telegram, TikTok, also Twitter. You can find us all. Yeah.
Your last message, straight to the point, to people in their 20s, and I insist on this, who have this desire, the fire. They want to make the world a better place. Maybe they're lost. Maybe they're struggling financially or whatever. But the last financial advice, business advice to them in a nutshell, if you can, in one sentence.
Believe in yourself.
Period.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you, Abdulaziz.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the time. Thank you. Speak crazy.
Thank you. Thank you.
So,
Thank you, guys.
This has been the Key Figures podcast, and this has been your guest, Abdulaziz. Thank you so much.
See you in the next one.
Thank you for having me, guys.
We'll have you, inshallah, like more, man. I like few more episodes.
You got so many valuable information and knowledge from this episode.
Yeah.
And hope we didn't waste an hour and some time. Of course not.
Of course not.
Full of
It's valuable. The way you got to see it is like, you know, don't watch podcasts or these type of podcasts just for entertainment. Watch it for educational purposes, to learn, to better yourself, and apply certain disciplines in your life.
Yeah. And this episode, we dig deep into mindset.
Yeah.
If we
mindset, everything. Mindset, how you are as a person, the type of values you need to portray in your life, the type of discipline you need to apply into your life, you know, your purpose in life, you know, finding the right niche, focusing on that, pursuing that, finding the right mentorship, you know, believing in yourself, you know, and applying certain principles that I use also will help.
That's key, man. I forgot something. I should have mentioned it in the beginning. Note takers are money makers.
Note takers are money makers. I take notes myself. You know, I
took notes, and please just take notes. Like,
make sure
actions. That's more important.
Just make execution.
Here's the challenge. Like, if you're still watching until the end, and I hope you're still watching, put in the comment the best lesson you have learned, and we will personally connect you with Abdulaziz to get some knowledge from him one-on-one. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much for tuning in. And without further ado, you have only two options: become a key figure or stay nobody.
Choose.